Hey y'all, hope all is well. Hope you've been having a great day. Gonna be ripping 3 packs of Fleer 1981 Fleer baseball cards. Now this is Fleer first year set, so it's premiere edition. Lots of great cards, Hall of Famers. I mean, this is some would say junk wax, some call it vintage wax. I say vintage. Now there's lots and lots of great cards that possible hits in here. Things that I might be looking for, the triple threat, no number on back. It's a variation of a card. And you know what? Fleer and Donruss in '81. It was their first year, and they rushed to get the set out, and they were doing all sorts of things with their cards. So there's multiple varieties of cards. Reggie Jackson, for example, has a card of him batting, and the same number card has him either fielding or catching or something like that, or just hanging out with his big old face. Fernando Valenzuela is one of the prime rookie cards here. Everything in '81 was about Fernando Mania. And we also have another rookie card in here, somebody that I don't think anybody really expected to be a Hall of Famer, but you know what? He put together a Hall of Fame career in Harold Baines. Other great cards, Hall of Famers you can find in here, of course, are Rickey Henderson, Nolan Ryan, George Brett, Pete Rose, not in the Hall of Fame, but definitely a highly valued card from this set. Carl Yastrzemski, Mike Schmidt, as I said before, Reggie Jackson. The Kirk Gibson rookie is also part of this, so tons and tons of great cards can be pulled out of these packs. Now again, these are 40-plus-year-old packs, so everything is always condition sensitive and centering sensitive. Now, centering is an important thing to think about when looking at PSA grades, of course, because if things are not perfectly precisely centered, it's not a PSA 10. Maybe it's a PSA 9. Now, in this year, the Johnny Bench is notorious for non-centering, badly centered, miscut, diamond cut, all sorts of stuff. So, with that in mind, let's get to opening these 3 packs. Now, Fleer at this point, as well as Donruss, they were still allowed to put gum in packs. So there is going to be 1 wax stain card and 1 gum stain card. These are what the backs of the packs look like, of this pack anyway. Your favorite star on a button. And Fair Lawn, New Jersey. It's funny because I could probably take a ride to see exactly where that is, but I don't know where P.O. Box is. Maybe that's in the, I would guess it's in the Fair Lawn, New Jersey 07410 post office. Anyway, I got my frappers ready. I can reach them without knocking over my drink here. Don't want to do that because that right there would not be good. I'd have to take a break and do a cleanup. Don't want to do that. Not right now. So we'll get the first pack opening. Looking, as I said, for Fernando, for Baines, any other Hall of Famers or anything that might be cool. And, of course, looking for gum. There we go. Now, ooh, let's see. Oh, thankfully, it did not ruin... Ooh. Yeah, it did kind of ruin Sammy Stewart. He's got pink face. Look at that nasty gum stain. It doesn't look that bad, though. All right. If I have all my teeth after this video, it'll be a miracle. And look at that, second card. Ooh, third card. Ooh, wow, this is lining up to be a great pack. All right, now that Baines is definitely off-center, but sharp. And that Rickey is much more on-center than the Baines. Still a bit off left to right. But absolutely a really nice card. Okay, we got Larry B. How do you pronounce a name that's got 2 eyes in the last name? Is it Bittner or Bittner? Must have been really fun for the announcer to try to figure that out. Got Benny Ayala, the classic Orioles cap on. He's looking like he's just happy to be here. Like he doesn't even know where he is. Got to finish this gum. Got gum dust forever now. It tasted a lot better in 1981, I can tell you that. Got Bob Lacey, Sparky Anderson, Mickey Klutz. What a name. Wonder how many errors he committed. I mean, was he really a klutz? It's a young card of him, though. I mean, he was with the Yankees at one point. Look at that. Champ Summers. What a baseball name that is. Hey, Champ. Fred Lynn. And that's a nicely centered one, too. That's the best centered card I've seen so far. Should be Hall of Fame. Jamie Quirk. Matt Keogh. Rick Peters. Eckersley, Hall of Famer. Nice, but badly centered. I mean, check out that shag hair there. I mean, so these photos were probably taken in 80. So again, that's definitely 1970s, 1980s hair. That's for sure. He's got that bush going in back. That hat looks like it's just floating off the top of his head. Still, great Hall of Famer. I mean, he's another one that we didn't think was going to be in the Hall of Fame. Bobby Grich. And Gary Woods. So we got a couple cards to frapper up here. And that Baines I'm actually going to put in the top load. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to put the Henderson in the top load also. So you don't just get a frapper, Mr. Henderson. That's really not that badly centered considering. Now, I'd want to measure that and everything. But if it does qualify as a PSA 10 with centering and all that, most recent sales around $300. So that definitely, if it is a 10, well, you know what? It makes it definitely worth the pack cost. I'm not going to disclose what I paid per pack, but it wasn't that much, that's for sure. But this card, if it was a PSA 10, would buy definitely a lot of packs. If it only came back as a 9, it's about $30. And you know what? Still, even if you consider the cost of grading at about $20, if it came back a 9, you still make $10 on it, and that pays for a few packs, that's for sure. So I might have just slightly disclosed what I paid per pack. Not exactly, but somewhat close. And I do like the centering on this one, on the Rickey. It's one of my favorite players also, so centering looks much, much better on the Rickey. And it's funny because all the way back, I'd say as early as maybe 82 or 83, I think everybody knew he was going to be Hall of Fame. I mean, I don't think anybody doubted it. And it's a good thing he didn't get injured or something like that along the way, because we would have been wrong. I mean, you bring up a lot of players right now. Juan Soto's a great example. He's a great baseball player, great baller. He's going to get a, $500 million contract sometime soon from whatever team it does. You have Manny Machado, of course, who's going to be flipping teams probably next year. Now, I'm filming this, of course. I'm recording this in 2023, so by the time you watch it, he may already be gone from the Padres. He might be wearing a Yankee uniform or a Dodger blue, or who knows. That's a nice Baines. Great example of a Baines. And that Eckersley, you know what? I'm just going to keep that in the regular pile because that's so badly off-centered. It's horrible. Let's get to pack number 2. I already got the Wall of Fame started there. Great first pack. See if the second pack stacks up as well. Now, I don't think I'm going to be eating the gum in this one. I'll save it for another meal. And thank goodness it's not, a major card that got pinked up. Look at that. I'm going to be coughing gum dust for the next days. That's a really bad stain. Looks like it gave him a black eye almost. Old Mother Hubbard, Glenn Hubbard. Dave Goltz. Bill North. What a derp face. Oh, what are you doing? Why am I here? I got a bat. I know that. See, Bill North wasn't a half bad ball player either, so just a bad picture. I mean, photography by Fleer definitely at that time was horrible. Now, there's also some cards. I forget if it's the Fleer or Donruss that has like a what they call finger. It's like a random line that's drawn. And some people put some value to those. It was an error that they corrected early. I do remember we were hunting for those, though. Got Wally Backman. Vic Davalillo. Oh, yeah, and I think I showed kind of what the backs look like. Very bland, very plain. But it did give the complete major and minor league batting record or pitching record. So that was pretty cool. 1.78 ERA. So was that the major league average? Wow, what a low ERA if that's the case. You know what, let me take a look at another pitcher because that makes no sense. Did they mention the same thing, or is that his ERA that year? Yeah, I think that's his ERA. Because you got Dave Ford there showing a 3.13. So, yeah. All right, well, Al Holland, you can go take a sit. Dan Ford. Mickey Rivers, part of the great Yankees of the 1970s. Lefty, the golden arm. All right. Steve Carlton. It's always a great day to pull a Carlton. You're going to get a frapper, sir. It's the golden arm. And that was another big thing. The whole competition in our mind, at least between Carlton and Ryan. Who was the better pitcher? Who was it? And, you know, Ryan lasted longer, that's for sure. Everybody thought that Carlton would. But Nolan Ryan ended up doing. Not as many people know Steve Carlton as much as they should. I think he was a great pitcher, phenomenal. Got Tim Foley, shortstop from the Pirates there. Broderick Perkins, first baseman. Dan Dreesen, he looks all sorts of happy. He looks like he's just happy to be here. You know what? This is okay. As I said, 40-something years passed, 41 years. If he's in his 30s there, I wonder if in his 80s he's still a happy old man. I wonder if he's still around. Got Dusty Baker. Oh, Astros checklist and the Yankees checklist. Leading off by Reggie Jackson, Bucky Dent, Tommy John, Louis Tiant, Rick Sorode. Oh, yeah, okay. This is deep 80s, of course, Greg Nettles. All sorts of great players on the Yankees. And the Astros, yeah, they had their greats also at that time, if I'm not mistaken. Art Howe was their second baseman, yeah. Who else? Joaquin Andujar, great pitcher, that's for sure. Phenomenal pitcher. J.R. Richard was still with them, I think, at that time. And Mike Armstrong. Now, this guy looks more like a shop teacher or taskmaster or whatever. And much more than a Major League Baseball pitcher, that's for sure. Although, classic mustache. Once again, deep 80s cards here. So, 1981. Now, that Carlton's definitely going to get a frapper. He was the golden arm. Not much liked by the media, not much liked by the press, and he didn't exactly like the spotlight and all of that either, I guess you'd say. So the feeling was mutual. All right, we'll get to pack number 3 now and see what we find in here. All right, got pack number 3 going. Now, also want to take the second to say thanks much for all subscribers. Thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button. Smash it. Come on, do a Hulk smash on that button. Definitely take a look, see at some of my other videos. Lots of different types of sports cards. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, golf, all sorts of stuff. I have no idea. Even cartoons. You got to catch the Saturday morning cartoon cards. Those are crazy with Bugs Bunny and Daffy and all of them. Anyway, back to this. Joe Sambito's the one that got the big pink stain across his face, across his whole body, basically. Sorry, Sambito, you sit down. Doug Bear. Most hits NL, Steve Garvey. Another great one, although he's not Hall of Fame. I still to this day don't understand how. I mean, phenomenal, phenomenal player. Legendary first baseman with the Dodgers. I mean, after the Dodgers, if I'm not mistaken, he went down to the Padres. Great player. John Littlefield, Warren Cromartie, Jeff Twitty, Dave Edler. He's the Edler child. Now, that's a... Now, is that... Oh, let's see, Mariners. Yeah, looks like that might be, although he looks old, that looks like it might be a rookie card for him. Is it? Yeah, before that, Spokane, San Jose. Those aren't major league teams. Terry Landrum. Got Jim Dwyer. Danny Ainge. All right, now that's an interesting one. I mean, people like to talk about Bo Jackson. Well, Danny Ainge, isn't he the one that went down to go be a basketball player? I mean, he kind of did well as a baseball player, but then went on for a basketball career. He had the basketball Jones. Sal Bando. Game Saver Tug McGraw. Pretty cool there. He's got a son, and look at that. He played forever and a day. He started all the way back in 1927 and went all the way through 1981, and he was still pitching after that. So, long time career. And he's got a son that is a music person. Dick Drago. Garth Eorg. Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer there. That's a nicely centered one, too. Rick Cerrone. And we're wrapping it up with Jose Morales. He looks like he's real old. I mean, he's got wrinkles on his wrinkles there. Looks like a grumpy old dude. Compared to the other one, compared to Dan Dreesen, he looks really grumpy. I guess, he's a catcher or something. Yeah, he is, but still, I mean, wow. Would not want to run into him on a bad day. All right, well, let's get this Molitor frappered up. And we'll get the Steve Garvey frappered up. Now, I'm tossed as far as what the best one in these packs were. These packs, this 3-pack opening I just did. And I'm kind of tossed. Which one do y'all like better? Let me know in the comments. I mean, the Baines, rookie, great card. Or the Rickey Henderson second year. Now, is that a little stain on top? Hold on a second. I didn't notice that before. Let's pop that back out. No, okay. That's a flake of something on the plastic. Okay. Yeah, me personally, I like the Rickey. I really like that Rickey Henderson. That's a sharp card. Looks great. One of the best players in my mind. One of the top 5, 10 players all time. Just the way he played the game. And you know what? I believe that if he was still given the chance right now to play Major League Baseball, he'd definitely take that chance. And I think within the first few months, he would be if not the best, maybe the second or third best leadoff hitter in the game right now. And what's he pushing, 70 or something like that? But yeah, no, he was all hit, all bat. I mean, he could really do it all. And base thief like you wouldn't believe. I mean, different times, a different game and all of that. But I think he'd still be able to make it now. And with his personality and him talking about himself in the third person all the time, that was always hilarious. Anyway, those to me are the 2 big hits. That's the bigger hit in these packs. Although getting the Baines rookie's always nice. Getting an early Rickey, that's always phenomenal. Anyway, y'all take care. Stay well. Stay blessed. Bunkle out.